Let's talk about Raheem Morris' approval rating after his first season in Atlanta, which, let's just be honest, he really underachieved because coming into last season, the Atlanta Falcons were heavy favorites to win the NFC South, which is widely considered to be the weakest division in the NFL. They had a team that was perceived to already have a playoff squad in place, especially when you make the decision before the season to trade for Matt Judon and sign Justin Simmons. This was a team that expected to make it to the playoffs. They did not expect to start 6-3 and then falter to 2-6 down the stretch. You signed Kirk Cousins to a massive contract, and yet you have Raheem Morris who refuses to bench him in spite of him leading the NFL in turnovers over that span when he ended up falling apart over the second half of this year. You know, Raheem Morris, with his clock management that costed them the game somewhat against the Washington Commanders, he should have gotten fired on the spot. We saw Matt Eberflus get fired after awful clock management like that. There are some guys who you just have to look at the signs early on and accept them and cut bait before you allow your young promising quarterback and Michael Penix to have the first couple of years on a rookie deal ruined. The guy already is up there in age. You know, how many years does he have of being able to play high-level football in the NFL? You don't know, which is why you have to make sure that you have the best head coach possible, and I don't think that Raheem Morris is it. My approval rating for him is a whopping 47. Listen, he is supposed to be a defensive-minded coach, and yet the defense was the worst part of their team. There were so many games that they lost this year because the defense folded, especially the last couple of games, how they lost. They didn't even allow Michael Penix an opportunity to get on the field and win it for him against Washington. When you have a head coach who specializes in a particular area of the game, and that's the area that is the weakest on the team, that's a huge indicator that you don't have a good head coach. Raheem Morris has been a head coach before, and he failed. The only good thing that Raheem Morris has brought to Atlanta is offensive coordinator Zach Robinson, because he's done a great job of maximizing the young potential on that offense. You see Drake London, who had a breakout season. You also see Darnell Mooney, who had a really good season. Bijan Robinson broke out, and Michael Penix looked really good as well. The offense is stacked. Defensively, they suck because Raheem Morris has done a poor job of managing that side of the ball. To me, he looks like a CEO head coach. I just don't have a lot of confidence in Raheem Morris as the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons, which is why I have a 47 approval rating on him. And I think going into next season, there's a strong case that he could be holding the title as the worst head coach in the NFL.